Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a pretty monumental shift happening in the corporate world right now. We're looking at how Agentic AI is completely redefining the finance and accounting back office. For decades, this function has basically been measured by its ability to just process transactions and, keep the lights on. But today, we're actually seeing it transform from a purely transactional function into a highly intelligent, completely autonomous powerhouse. So let's just quickly map out our journey. We'll cover the CFO's urgent dilemma, define agentic AI, look at core finance transformations, walk through a massive 500,000 invoice example, check out the key partners, and then wrap up with the autonomous future of finance. All right, Section 1, the CFO's urgent dilemma. We really have to start here to understand why this solution is so revolutionary. Look, we all know modern CFOs are under immense pressure to drive strategic growth. But their teams are stuck burning valuable hours on excessive manual work. We're talking endless invoice matching and data entry that absolutely no one actually enjoys doing. Add to that these heavily fragmented data ecosystems, where critical info is just trapped in silos across different ERPs and CRMs, plus increasing regulatory complexity. Put all that together, and it's nearly impossible to deliver the real-time, predictive insights that executive boards are demanding these days. To see how we got here, think about the evolution. Stage 1 was entirely manual. Paper, endless spreadsheets, a real headache. Stage 2 digitized things with ERP systems. Stage 3 brought in automated finance, deploying things like robotic process automation to reduce the manual heavy lifting. But now, we're officially entering Stage 4, intelligent finance operations, driven entirely by agentic AI. Which brings us nicely to Section 2. What exactly is agentic AI? We hear the term AI thrown around constantly, right? But agentic AI is fundamentally different. We're talking about intelligent digital agents that actively collaborate with finance professionals. These aren't just rigid scripts. These are systems capable of understanding overarching goals, interpreting context, and making actual decisions within defined boundaries. They learn from outcomes and continuously improve, which means they can orchestrate highly complex workflows with barely any human intervention. The contrast here is super interesting. Think of traditional automation, like RPA, as a rule follower. It's incredibly fast, sure, but it blindly executes predefined tasks. If something falls outside its strict rules, it just breaks or kicks it back to a human. Agentic AI, on the other hand, acts as a thinker. It analyzes context, determines root causes, and actually recommends corrective actions. It's literally the difference between a fast calculator and an intelligent colleague that reasons and adapts. Okay, moving on to Section 3, transforming core finance operations. Let's take this from theory into practice. Take Procure-to-Pay and Order-to-Cash. In P2P, these AI agents don't just process invoices, they intelligently monitor supplier risk. This directly translates to faster processing and optimized working capital. And on the order-to-cash side, the AI assesses credit risk based on market signals and prioritizes intelligent collections. The business outcome there is a significantly lower day sales outstanding, or DSO, and much faster cash realization. And it's an absolute game changer for record-to-report and FP&A. We all know that frantic, stressful month-end close, right? Well, agentic AI shifts this to continuous accounting with automated reconciliations for a massively faster close cycle. Meanwhile, in FP&A, the AI provides predictive forecasting and scenario planning. This finally moves finance away from static assumptions and empowers teams with better, real-time strategic decision-making. Let's jump to Section 4. To really ground this, let's look at the 500K invoices example. Just imagine a global manufacturing company. Every single year, their accounts payable team is bogged down with receiving and processing a staggering 500,000 individual supplier invoices. Traditionally, that means armies of humans manually validating data, chasing down inquiries, and reviewing thousands of exceptions. It's expensive, and honestly, it inevitably leads to payment errors. But with agentic AI, that whole nightmare goes away. An intelligent agent steps in and handles those 500,000 invoices autonomously. First, it captures the data. Second, it validates it against contracts and POs. Third, and this is the crazy part, it identifies discrepancies and resolves common exceptions all on its own. It only routes the truly complex issues to a human, while simultaneously recommending payment schedules. It lowers costs and boosts accuracy right across the board. So, Section 5, partners, and the landscape, because obviously, making a leap this big requires the right strategic guide. The stakes here are high. Industry analysts at Gartner and HFS Research are calling AI-powered finance operations one of the most significant transformations since ERP systems were first introduced. They're predicting that these autonomous capabilities will be the ultimate strategic differentiator for organizations over the next decade. Providers like WNS, which is part of Capgemini, are really leading this charge. They bring deep finance domain expertise and combine it with platforms like Track1F to actually build out autonomous accounting. They're helping organizations drive end-to-end transformation across P2P, O2C, R2R, and FP&A to deliver touchless processing and real-time visibility. And the wider landscape includes a pretty robust set of global providers. We're talking about heavy hitters like Accenture, Genpact, Infosys, Cognizant, TCS, IBM, and Capgemini. Organizations are actively seeking out these partners because achieving true intelligent finance operations takes a really specific blend of industry knowledge and scalable AI innovation. Finally, Section 6, the autonomous future. What does the next decade actually look like? The TLDR here is that the nature of finance work is changing forever. AI agents are becoming a seamless part of everyday workflows. Finance is officially shifting from a transactional cost center into an intelligent, autonomous, and insight-driven business capability. Basically, finance professionals will finally stop processing the past and start spending their time driving long-term strategy and growth. Organizations adopting Agentic AI today are quite literally building their competitive advantage for tomorrow. They're going to be the ones with optimized working capital and faster growth. So I'll leave you with this question. Is your finance organization ready to make the leap from a traditional rule follower to a true autonomous strategist? Just how future-ready are your operations right now?